Alia Bacon, and for our community service project, we work with the Gadsden Forest Education Center to create a medicinal and ecobotanical plant pamphlet. Gadsden Educational Forest, operated by Ms. Heather Brazel, located in Omaha, Georgia, provides an educational outlet for students and the community by providing hands-on opportunities for people to get involved in natural resource management. In addition to many other resources available at Gadsden, Ms. Heather Brazel reached out to ABAC students with an idea to teach people about the medicinal properties that some of the plants on her property, Spolius, has to offer. We aim to create an educational tool that would appeal to all ages visiting this property. We took into consideration plants easily located on the property, planted in wildflower gardens, or located near trails or heavily visited areas, and plants that we believe that would be easily recognized by the visitors and that were easily identifiable and popular in their backyards and in their communities.
Project details. For budget, as requested by our stakeholder, we provided multiple drafts and final products via PDF for revisions and to be printed at a later date. On our PowerPoint currently, we provide a timeline involving the meeting that we had over the phone discussing the project, which occurred on January 30th. February 1st, we met with the stakeholder for the first time and exchanged research material. And then February 1st to March 5th, we did research on various plants that we chose out of the garden to put into the pamphlet. March 7th, we visited the Gadsden Forest for a tour, as well as to take pictures of the new sprigs that had sprouted in her medicinal plant garden. From March 7th to March 30th, we compiled research and created the pamphlet. March 30th, we submitted a draft of the final project to be revised by Ms. Heather Brazel, and then April 4th, we received a rough draft critique from Heather Brazel.
Project tasks. Some of the project tasks that included with this project was selecting and researching various native ecobotanical and medicinal plants found on Ms. Heather Brazel's property, compiling various medicinal usages of each selected plant in the pamphlet, and then designing an appealing, clear pamphlet for visitors to use while viewing the plants found on the property.
After finishing our initial research, we visited the Gadsden Forest and we met with Heather Brazel for a tour of the property to familiarize ourselves with the location of the plants in the pamphlet and take pictures. After visiting the site, we have amended the list to better reflect our goals and started the design of a rough draft. We have discussed with our stakeholder during the visit design expectations and preferences.
And because of the time of year that we visited the property, we took a bunch of pictures that we would be including on the pamphlet, but because they were not flowering yet, we decided to use flower pictures for our final product that include flowering because we believed it would be easier to identify for visitors. So after multiple rough drafts, this is our final product, a pamphlet on the medicinal plants located in the Gadsden Forest. Our final product, we discussed the plant duration and medical properties, a picture for identification, as well as information about the consumption of the plants.
Medicinal plant usages. These plants are processed in different ways for the effective use of their medicinal properties. One of the first ways, with several of the plants that are in our pamphlet that you could use in order to get medicinal use out of them, is infused oils, where you place the plant in an oil base to soak or infuse with.
You can also use the tea, which is an aromatic beverage prepared by pouring hot or boiling water over cured or fresh leaves.
You can also make a salve out of some, which is an ointment used to soothe wounds.
And a decoction, which is a method of extraction by boiling herbal plant material, which dissolves any harsh chemicals. And this is usually done with the roots of the plant. The first plant that we chose for this pamphlet was the native wild strawberry. Other common names include Virginia strawberry and mountain strawberry. This plant is a perennial. Its medicinal uses consist of teas that can be made from the leaves that can be used as an anti-inflammatory, natural allergy relief, and sunburn relief. And the leaves, flower, and fruit are edible on this plant.
The second plant that's on our pamphlet is the blue false indigo. It's a perennial plant also. Its medical usages is that it can be used as a decoction and applied to anti-inflammatory as well as toothache. And it's not edible, but the leaves can be held in the mouth.
Our next plant was boneset. Other common names include thoroughwort and sweating plant. It is a perennial. The medicinal uses are that a tea made from leaves can treat cold, coughs, and constipation. The leaves and flowers are edible, but there is a disclaimer saying that you should not consume if pregnant or breastfeeding.
Our next plant is goldenrod, which is also a perennial. Its medical use is that it can be a remedy that can help with upper respiratory inflammation, sinus infections, and congestion. And a salve can be made out of the leaves and flowers, which could be treated for ulcers and burns. Its leaves and flowers are edible.
We also talked about butterfly weed. Other common names are colic root. It is a perennial. The medicinal uses is that the roots can be used to aid in respiratory issues and lymphatic drainage. It can also be used to relieve lung congestion and as a treatment for bronchitis, colds, and pneumonia. And it is edible, but it is supposed to be used in moderation within a span of a month. So after using it for a month, it is recommended that you do not use it for several months before beginning to consume it regularly again.
The next plant is sassafras, which other common names are cinnamon root. It's also a perennial. Its medicinal usages is that it can be made into a tea, which can aid symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome, nausea, and indigestion. It can also be made into a decoction, which can be applied to poison ivy, rash, eczema, and psoriasis. And it is also edible, but only in small amounts.
Our next plant was cinnamon fern. It is a perennial. The medicinal use is that the roots can be applied to the joints to aid in joint pain, and it is not recommended to eat.
Next plant is jokai weed, which is also a perennial. It can be made into a decoction, and it could treat urinary tract issues such as bladder infections, prostate inflammation, and kidney stones. The entire plant is edible.
Our last plant was yarrow. Other common names is thousand leaf, soldier's woundwort, and dog daisy. It is also perennial. Medicinal uses is that crushed leaves and oil can be applied to superficial cuts and wounds to soothe irritated skin, and the tea from dried leaves can be used for headaches and as a fever reducer. And the leaves and flowers are edible.
Future ideas. Our pamphlet only discussed a handful out of hundreds of medicinal plants. This pamphlet could be expanded in the future to include another set of plants. This pamphlet could be used for a guided nature walk, where each plant is located and identified to a group of people. The topic of medicinal plants could be expanded to include a workshop. Gadsden's Educational Forest has a classroom on the property, and we believe that this would be a good place to host a workshop, teaching people how to create and try these products that is referenced within the pamphlet.
We would like to thank our stakeholder, Ms. Heather Bowser, for her guidance on this project and her input, and Vi for letting us be a part of creating an educational tool for her amazing education program. Thank you.